Okay, so we've got our scenes like opened. Let's actually get stuck into actually how we use this this package Maya. So the first thing you'll probably want to know in any 3D package is how to move the camera around, basically. So with Maya, it's all down to the Alt button on your keyboard. So the left Alt one, it's the Alt key to the left of the spacebar. And then you hold that down, and I'd suggest holding it with your thumb. And then you use either the left mouse button, or the middle mouse button, or the right mouse button. So the left mouse button, if I hold that down and drag, I can basically rotate the camera around like this. The middle mouse button will pan the camera up, down, left, or right. And then the right mouse button, you hold it down and drag up and down, and that will zoom the camera in and out, basically. And that's the same for all of the views. The orthographic side, front, and top views, you can't rotate because they're orthographic views, but you can zoom in and out and move left, right, and so on. Okay, so a few more useful hotkeys related to the viewports. Probably the most useful one is the spacebar. And in Maya, if you hover the mouse over a viewport and you just tap the spacebar, that will then maximize the viewport like this. And if you tap the spacebar again, it will minimize it, so you get the 4 views back. I'm just tapping the spacebar. If you hold it down, you'll get all these menu sets which you can access, but I don't tend to use those myself. So yeah, just tap the spacebar, and you can do that over any view. So here we go, that will maximize it, and that will minimize it again. You can do the same thing over here with these little buttons, these icons you can click on. And you might find if you find that the spacebar thing isn't working, sometimes clicking on those actually kind of resets it. Yeah, definitely getting used to using the spacebar is a handy thing to know. If you want to change the actual view that you're looking through, so here I'm looking through the perspective view, you can just come up here where it says panels, and then you can click on, let's say, orthographic. That will be your front, side, and top. So I can click on those. And if I want to change this one to my perspective view, I'll go to perspective and then persp, which is the perspective camera. And obviously you can change any of these rounds to whichever ones you see fit. So another quite handy thing is, let's say I've moved my camera all the way over here, and I want to kind of just center it in on something like, let's say, this UFO. If I select the UFO over here and then over this viewport, if I press the F key, that will frame the selection. And that works in any viewport. So if I just press the F key here, that will frame it in that viewport. And if I do it here again, I'll have the same thing. And now for each viewport, there's different kind of shading modes. So if I just maximize this viewport by pressing the spacebar, I can go into wireframe and different shading modes here as well. So the way that you do that is you press 4, 5, 6, or 7 on the keyboard, basically. So the number keys, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 4 will be wireframe, 5 will be the shaded mode but without textures, 6 then adds textures to that, and 7 adds lighting to that. So yeah, just to recap, it's the spacebar to maximize, minimize the views, and then it's the keys 4, 5, 6, and 7 to go through the different shading modes. And also, if you want to frame a selection, you just click on it, and it's the F key to frame the selection.